kumunzi kaya nabana bali bwanji kumunzi. I've been trying to reach you but it only been network. I've been trying to reach you but it only been network. Oh kaya uko. Yeah.
Good evening, Zambia. Welcome to this wonderful program called The Big Picture, and we call it BP. We are live on Live TV channel 112 on Top Star and also on Strong TV Zambia. We are channel number 8. Right about now, we're live from across the globe and everywhere you're following us, Chasa. We really appreciate for your time. Tonight on set, we are joined by the UPPZ party president and is with us tonight. His name is Mr. Charles Chanda, and today we're going to discover more about his political party and also knowing about, they call him the landlord himself, right? So good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, and good evening to all the viewers.
Right, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Derek on The Big Picture.
Mr. Derek, thanks so much for having me. It's a great honor to be in your TV station.
Right. Viewers, tonight we have a few questions that we are going to run with the president for UPPZ, and I know that you are going to send your comments on Facebook, on the Mr. Charles Chanda's Facebook page, on his timeline. We are running live as Live TV, and also on our page Live TV. We are live right now. You can go on our page and leave your comment as we are discussing about the national issues. Right. The first question is about your profile, sir.
Yes.
Maybe tell us about yourself. Who is Charles Chanda?
Charles Chanda is the child of the soil.
Okay.
I was born in 1968 in Kanyama. I was the second born. I am the second born.
Okay.
My dad passed on when I was just 6 years. He died in 1974. And by then we were left with a young mother and 4 siblings, 3 boys and a girl.
Okay.
Unfortunately enough, we lost the girl in 1975, so we remained 3 boys.
Okay.
My mother felt that since she was young, she needed to get married again. And from what she explained to us, the choice she made to get married, according to her, she thought that getting married to a man with many children would be like getting an experienced father who can take care of us. But that was a grave mistake.
Okay.
That life eventually informed us that it was never to have been like that. But I mean, we couldn't change anything. So my mother got married, and unfortunately our stepfather, and he was indeed a stepfather. We were not on the same level. That's why they call them stepfathers. So we had to endure hardship. And because the man had 8 children, now remember he was having 8 children and we were 3. So that made the number 11. And he was a petrol attendant.
Okay.
So that made life very difficult for us. And because of that, I had to get involved in helping, raising up the family. Basically, I became a child breadwinner.
Okay.
My elder brother was sent to the village, so I remained with my mom and my young brother. And the life became unbearable.
Okay.
I started school in 1976 at Chinika Primary School.
Okay.
That's where I did my grade 1 and up to grade 5. We later shifted to George Compound. And because my mom and the other lady, they couldn't stay in one place. There was always fighting, so they decided to relocate.
Okay.
So when we moved, I had to be walking on foot from George Compound coming to Chinika Primary School. And it was a life that I just felt I need to go to school.
Yes.
There were points I felt, why should I be going to school? But I just had to. So during the weekends, I'll be selling fat cakes in the compounds. And so I did not have my childhood. There's a book I'm writing, The Stolen Childhood of an African Child. I know what it meant. So my childhood was stolen. I did not have a social life because I was busy helping to supplement income. I went to Kizito Primary School eventually to complete my primary school. In 1982, I passed. I went to Kamara Secondary School. That's where I did my grade 8 to grade 12. 1987, I wrote my grade 12. I did very well. My ambition was to do chemical engineering. So unfortunately that year, I think I missed with 1 point to go to the Greatest Road campus. So I was taken to the CBU. That was the year there was a merger between ZIT and Copperbelt University. So I was admitted, and that course we were to do that particular year, it was production management. It was newly introduced. So we were admitted there, and we did all the formalities. But just a day before we could get started with the lectures, after being accommodated, being given coupons at Riverside, there was a meeting, and we were informed that there was a crisis in the university. They had over-enrolled, and unfortunately, one faculty was to be sent home because they couldn't get lecturers, and we were 18 of us. And that's how they mentioned my faculty. I felt devastated. I mean, here I've come to study, and then you are telling me to go back home that you will call me. And as you know, being Zambia, till today, CBU has never called us. but that's Africa, you know. In Africa, anything happens, so you just need to prepare, especially in a country like ours. So when I came back, I was a little bit disturbed because I wanted to study. But you know, I had become a Christian, and something that helped me was that all things, they work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So in the same year when we were sent back, Post and Telecommunications wanted trainee technicians whom they could sponsor and train. And I applied. It was tough. It was a tough competition because we had some people from the University of Zambia. Some of the first years they came because they knew that, look, once PTC takes you and trains you, they will also give you a job. So I was among the best and taken by Post and Telecommunications. So that's how they trained me. I am a trained telecommunication technician. And later in life, I decided to dedicate myself to the work of God. I felt it was a calling. So, and I joined the Deeper Christian Life Ministry. That's a church I joined, and they trained me as a missionary, as a pastor. So I am a trained Post and Telecommunication. I am a trained missionary. I am a trained pastor. And in 1994, the Deeper Christian Life Ministry decided to send me, because they had trained me. They sent me to South Africa. They sent me to South Africa to go and start the organization. I went alone, and I started the organization from zero. And up to now, the organization is there. It was because of my input. As I was there in South Africa, I felt, look, there's something more I can do. I'm not somebody who can just sit. I always look for opportunities. I decided to get involved into education. I registered a private school. It was a school that was running from grade 1 to grade 12. And the school was going on very well, and eventually I also felt, look, I needed to do some more academic work, because there was still that age for me to study. I've been a science student. I've never been in commerce, but because of my exposure to business, I felt I need to do something that is business related. So I was enrolled to do a Bachelor of Commerce with Forte University. Of course, I've not yet finished with that, because I just felt I need more knowledge, especially in the areas of economics. So that's Mr. Chanda in terms of where I'm married. I've got 5 children. 2 have already graduated. My firstborn is working. My secondborn, she has done, and she's got 2 degrees. She's the one that I'm doing the business. She's a co-director in the business. My thirdborn is studying geology at.
So he's an upcoming party president.
Well, we're not going to say that, but eventually she has a passion like the father, so you can't take away from that. We have my thirdborn is doing geology at University of Pretoria. and of course I have two young ones. One is in high school, one is in primary school. That's basically Mr. Chanda.
Right, as you can see, we are with Mr. Charles Chanda on set, and tonight is the big day because we promised you that we're going to talk about different issues. And our second question is, why not joining any political party, but just starting your own political party?
That is a question that has been, bombarded at me. Everybody says, but Mr. Chanda, why do you have to form a political party when there are many political parties? I mean, why didn't you just pick up one and join? Now, I have to be very honest with you.
Okay.
I'm not a politician.
You are not a politician.
Yes, so these things of politics, that is why, if you have heard everybody is saying no, but Mr. Chanda has brought a different kind of politics.
Okay.
It's because I'm not a politician.
You are not a politician, but your party is called political
Yes,
party.
I have never been one.
Okay.
And Derek, I'll be very honest with you. I do not desire to even become a politician. But then the question comes, who are you?
Who are you now?
That's a question. Yes, I am a leader.
You are a leader.
There is this part in me that leads. So that aspect of leadership is what is in me. So when we are talking about why didn't you join any of these parties? Now, that's a very important question. Because for me to answer that question, I must first look at why am I getting involved into politics? You see, because if you don't answer the why, you can join any party, even the one that is nearing extinction, because I have seen some parties that are nearing extinction. You can join any one of them if you don't know why you are getting involved. So in order to answer your question holistically,
Yes.
I'll go back to the question you didn't ask me, why did you get involved into politics?
Okay.
Then I'll answer, why did you form your own party? Now,
Okay.
2016 elections were disastrous
Okay.
in all angles. Whichever angle you want to look at it. 2016 elections were disastrous.
Okay.
Because one, Zambia saw things we have never seen. We saw political parties using cadres to kill other citizens. You cannot take life.
Okay.
We saw life. I mean, may their souls rest in peace. There was a lot of destruction of property. I mean, the picture of the Mtendele incident, where somebody was driving that bus and here came the PF cadres. They didn't care about this UPND man who was on the steering. They were throwing stone. That thing is un-Zambian. When I saw that thing on the media, I felt, no, I have not been involved into politics, but because these two parties are taking Zambia for granted, thinking that Zambia belongs to them, I'm going to rise up so that I can confront this animal called violence. I'm going to confront it with peace.
Okay.
And that is the reason why I had to be very specific in choosing the name of the political party. So I felt I'm going to form United, Prosperous, and Peaceful Zambia, because there was violence and I wanted to confront violence. There was disunity. This country from 2016, of course there's been this dividing of the nation, and it's there. Even in government decisions, you can see it very clearly that some of the decisions we are taking, even at cabinet level, we are still toiling the dividing line, which is not fair. But so I felt we need to unite the Zambians. There were words coming out. I mean, when you could hear Dundumwezi, people would jest about other people from this province. I thought, no, this is un-Zambian. I want a united Zambia. And so I came up with United. Then I looked at Prosperous. I felt, no, the problem we have in Zambia is not poor. Zambia is rich.
Okay.
So we need to reach a point where we get the wealth that is there. We must be partakers of the wealth.
But are Zambians controlling the wealth that we have copper, we have mukula, we have different things here in Zambia, to mention the few. Are we controlling? Do we have even a say over, the things that the resources that we have?
That is why I had to form this party, so that we should be able to get to a point where we get our resources. They must benefit us. Now, don't forget,
Okay.
I know people from Asia are watching,
Yes.
but I'm not afraid to say it because I'm a Zambian and I'm free.
Yes.
People from Asia, they don't go to countries that are poor, where there's nothing.
Okay.
You can talk about the Chinese, you can talk about the Indians, everybody from South Asia, as long as it's the East, the Far East, they will look for a country where they can make money.
Okay.
So, when you see people from Asia, you see the Chinese, you see our brothers and sisters, the Indians, when you see them, it must be a sign to you that there is something in Zambia that is attracting them. But unfortunately, we as indigenes, we don't see this. And what has complicated is our politicians have even made matters worse. They have continued to say Zambia is a poor country. That is why we are always borrowing, because we don't have, and yet we have. So I felt, no, we need to have a prosperous country. And then we say peaceful. Zambia is peaceful.
Okay.
And then, of course, the word Zambia. What is Zambia? Zambia is land.
Yes.
If you don't have land, you are not a Zambian.
Right, Mr. Chanda, talking about land, we've seen you having land everywhere in the country. And the question from the viewers, Zambians are asking is that, are you running a Zambia real estate, or maybe you're running a political party, in return you give people plots for them to join your party?
No, look, let me be honest with you. Even this thing of president, I don't need it. I don't need it because my friends are desperate.
But you're contesting in 2021.
Yes,
so when you say you don't need it,
I am coming.
which means we have to drag Kope, Mwamba Kope or Madali, so we put them on the presidency.
I am coming to that. I want you to understand that Mr. Chanda is not a do or die, I must go to State House. Or even when they are telling you that, Your Excellency, you are not eligible, I'm not going to say no, even if the courts have not ruled, I'm going to stay here. I am not that.
Okay.
I am somebody that's saying, this thing of presidents, why do I need it? I don't need it for myself.
Okay.
I have enough. Until I die, I have. But why do I need the presidents? It's because when you are talking about this country, we need to take care of the citizens. So I feel if I can help citizens now with my resources, if I am given the power to rule this country, I can now channel the resources. I will not allow the foreigners whom we have given the right. They are the people who have the right to Zambia's wealth, and you and I must beg like Lazarus, waiting for the crumbs. Zambians cannot be living on the crumbs. So what we are saying here is that it is important.
Yes.
So I have come on the political platform.
Yes.
So that we'll be able to. Now, coming back to your question on land.
Yes.
Am I running Zambian land and ABCD? But you see, when you look at that problem, Zambia has a deficit of 1.5 million. So, housing shortage. That's a shortage we have.
Yes.
So that 1.5 million shortage in housing, the best you can do, you don't build a house for a Zambian.
Okay.
A Zambian doesn't need someone to come and build a house. No. Even our policemen and women, they don't need someone to go and build a house in Charleston. Give them land. People will know. They will find a way of building. We know how to run around. So the problem, we are not going to say a deficit in housing. We are talking about a deficit in land meant for such purposes. But then we have a challenge. Before the elections, the candidate for PF, the mayor candidate, Mao Sampa, was saying there's no land in Lusaka. That is why they were planning for a grave that is double story. He is right. There's no land, according to him. But when you ask me, my answer is different.
Yes.
Land is there. The problem we have is that we have a rotten policy in Zambia, and I'm not ashamed to call it a rotten policy. Okay. Are you aware that it is only in Zambia a foreigner can own land and he has got no permit? And I can give you a good example.
Are you also giving the same plots to foreigners?
No, I'm not
Are
giving.
they masquerading to be Zambians and you sell land to them?
I'm
Because
not
those
giving
people are not going
foreign-
straight to civic center, or they are not going to the ministry, but they come to you and you sell land
Let's-
as low as 5,000 kwacha. So,
let's look
Mr.
at-
President, maybe explain to us, because even foreigners, they do, come to you and buy land. So
Let me explain. Let
Right.
me explain what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
I'm not in government.
Okay.
You understand? But what I'm saying is, we have a rotten policy.
we have a rotten policy.
And it needs to be thrown away. But the current government, they don't have the strength to carry this rotten policy and throw it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I bought a land in Makeni from a Chinese, 450 hectares of land on title, 99 years.
Yes.
You give a Chinese a land for 99 years and he has got no permit to stay in Zambia. But you ask me, how did he buy the land? That's why I'm saying it's a rotten policy. We have a policy right now where you can buy a land in the name of a company.
Okay.
So even if you are a prisoner in Malaysia and you've got access to the internet, even if they'll be charging 13 way, but you have got access to the internet and you are in prison in Malaysia,
Yeah.
you can have access to Pakra. I don't even know why we have allowed Pakra to continue existing if they can open a company for somebody who is out of the country, because that's what they've been doing. So you can access Pakra, register a company, and that company, even the certificate will be given to you online. And then with that certificate in prison there, if you store money there, because most people, they steal money, they say, look, I have a certificate in Zambia, can we organize someone to be able to buy land? That is how our land is stolen.
Okay.
And I am saying this policy, come 2021, should the Zambians give me the mandate, the first thing that I'm going to do, and somebody was asking me, how are you going to do it? When I become president,
Yes.
for the first 90 days,
90 days.
I will
Wow.
close the Ministry of Lands.
Zambians, you're following us live
Yes.
on Live TV. Mr. Charles Chanda has also declared and joined the team 90, right?
Yes.
It's 90 days for Mr. Charles.
I'll close the
We are
Ministry of
putting you
Lands.
on record.
On record.
There is a camera. Then
Yes.
tell the people in your 90 days.
In the first 90 days, the Ministry of Lands will be closed. There will be no business.
There will be
no transactions.
no transactions, right?
In 90 days. So if your business is in land,
Yes.
then you must be ready. When I become president, for the first 3 months, there will be police at the Ministry of Lands.
Okay.
And why am I doing that? We want to ensure that in those 90 days, I will deal together with Parliament. We will make sure that no company must own land.
Okay.
So once we finish our 90 days, every company that was owning land in Zambia, we want to see their directors.
Okay.
If the directors are not in this country and they've got no permit, that is the land I'll be converting and giving my citizens who are now sitting outside when their land is locked by people who have managed to use these corrupt politicians and corrupt officials to get title deeds. Basically, I'm telling you, the title deed we have now is a useless paper.
Okay.
Very useless.
Right, Mr. Chanda says in 90 days. We'll wait and see after 2021. And also talking about you saying the 90. We've seen people free Wi-Fi after 90 days. And within that short period of time, there is also a 13 way. Is it a roadblock now?
No,
to the Wi-Fi?
I was telling someone that no. The problem is we Zambians, we don't learn. Do you know what the word Dununa means?
Yes.
It means reverse.
Okay.
Yeah, so when somebody is telling you that more money in your pocket, don't forget, it is coming from the Dununa. So it's saying less money in your pocket.
Okay.
So when he says free Wi-Fi, you must understand it is fee Wi-Fi. Because it's a reverse.
Okay.
So you need to be very careful. These our friends, our colleagues are very, very clever.
Okay.
So whatever they've been saying, you must always use the word Dununa. Then you will be able to understand. For me, I understood.
Okay.
I knew that there is no way there can be free Wi-Fi. He meant free Wi-Fi. Maybe you need to excuse my brother, because I am Bemba. We don't have the word ara.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to understand, but it was free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi.
And although you are saying you want to charge, you are not a partner with the people who created internet.
Yes, that's
and that
where
is
the
the problem.
came.
That's why I'm saying we have a technologically disadvantaged cabinet.
Okay.
So in terms of technology, they are very much disadvantaged. That is why I'm saying, why are we keeping the youth out of cabinet? Because these ones, we took them to even do computer science. You go and bring ancestors. Parliament is the ancestors. Cabinet is the ancestors. You are putting people there who have no understanding. So it becomes a challenge. So that's why I'm saying no. Come 2021, we have sent our children to school. And are you aware that we have even sent some of our children to China? And we are bringing the Chinese. So meaning that if you send somebody to China, you can even replace the Chinese with the people you sent to China. But we don't want young people. These political parties have proved they are anti-youth.
Mr. Chanda, you says this political party, and I'm quoting you and putting it on record. Today I think the date is known to every viewer. You've spoken about the 90 days.
Yes, yes.
And
we will close the Ministry of Lands.
Right, and also you've spoken about the issue of 13 way on the charges. I'm looking at this point. The person who came up with WhatsApp, and also who came up with Facebook and all the social network platforms, getting such information to say my property, my own application is being used as a tool of also, maybe it's a way of repaying the Eurobond, or maybe it's something that you as a politician, you get, to understand that.
Now, sometimes, that's why people say, but Mr. Chanda, the way you think, you're like out of this world. I have read between the lines. The reason why cabinet had to increase or to start charging, it's not because they want money. They want the owners of Facebook and WhatsApp to find a way of discontinuing the service in Zambia, because the current ruling party feels that we, the opposition, are making use of social media to our advantage, and they don't know how to use it. So that's where it is. So don't look at the issue of money. No, they know. They were discussing it. And according to the information I have, they are saying no. You see, the problem we have is that even when we have not started campaigns, look at some of these parties. They cannot have access to ZNBC, but they are using internet. They are ahead of us. So let us make sure that, let us introduce this. They know the repercussions. So all they are doing is they are playing it wise, so that we'll be saying, no, they are doing this. The actual motive, they want to provoke the owners, the people with the intellectual property rights, to come and say, Zambia, because of what you have done, no more Facebook, no more this. Then there will be some assaulting, because for them they feel that if things are allowed to go the way things are now, they are out of government.
Okay.
But their fears will come upon them.
Right. Viewers, we are going on a very short break. I'm your host, Derek Daka, and my guest for tonight is Mr. Charles Chanda from the UPPZ. Right. We'll be back after this short break. Stay tuned to Live TV, and remember to send your text messages on the number which is on the screen, 095 and 195. That's the number which is on the screen. Get us there, and we'll be able to chat with you, and the lines will be on very soon, that you can call, speak to the president, and also bring your views out. And I know that my mother there from Shangombo, and also from Mufurila, Kapako, you are following us. Maybe I understand, maybe there's water or there's no water, or you're living just in darkness, but today we are here with the hopes of knowing that Zambia shall be saved, right? And it's a good evening. I'll be back after this short break.
For a moment, you feel lost, but you soon realize you belong here. with the best campus facilities in Zambia and a high caliber of lecturers. Limitations are only in your mind. So, decide today to shape your destiny and be counted in the global village. Zekas University. Aspire, acquire, prosper.
Everyone wants a house. The question is how? How do you raise the money to even think about building? How do you get financing for building materials or a mortgage? How do you save for it? And when you have the answers to that, how long will it take? Not to worry, because Zambia National Building Society has been turning your house into houses since 1970. ZNBS offers you the solutions to be a homeowner through flexible and accessible mortgage facilities that cater for outright purchase, construction loans, and home improvement loans. Our one-stop shop means surveying services are done in-house and 100% payout on purchase price. You can also bank on us to facilitate your homeowner dreams. ZNBS will also help you build your house in stages. Our building material loan comes with no collateral at very competitive interest rates. Building your house into houses starts by visiting any of our countrywide ZNBS branches today or visit our website at www.znbs.co.zm. Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through savings.
ZNBS Mobile Banking offers you the ease and convenience of transacting in an environment you feel most comfortable. Get alerts, notifications, and check balances. Discover quick, simple, and convenient ways to take command of your bank account on your mobile phone. Convenient way to access your account, safe and secure banking. No need of queuing at ATMs to check balances, and banking without internet. This service works with all types of handsets and helps you access your bank account anytime, anywhere. Get started by dialing *6868# and subscribe now.
Zambia National.
Right, you are following us from across the country and also across the globe. I believe that you're following Temani Kapwata. I have seen the comment saying that our internet, technology is faster than the cabinet, right? That's a comment, and it's a view from a viewer who is coming from the eastern part of Zambia. And right about now, we are with the president, Mr. Charles Chanda, on set, and talking about different issues. I think tonight we are going to discuss, and we start with the mines. Mr. Charles Chanda, first of all, before I even start from the mines, we've seen you talking about land only. Do you have any other, I don't know if we call it manifesto or...
Yes, we do, Derek. You just need to understand that you can't talk about everything at once.
Okay.
But when you look at our economy, and you are vying for the highest job, you want to become president.
Yes.
Now, I've looked at leadership. When God is giving a country a leader, he has in mind the poor of the poorest.
Okay.
So when you look at this country, we have had this dependence on copper for too long.
Okay.
And our copper was, of course, we were managing it ourselves when we got our independence.
Yes.
There was a time when things were moving very well, and when you look at copper production, we had the highest copper production in the history of Zambia under the CCM. So meaning that we are still able to do it as Zambians. But as we were going on, copper prices were affected, and eventually we had a challenge.
Okay.
And come 1991, our mines were sold. Oh, sorry. They were not sold. They were given out.
They were given out.
Yeah, because you can't sell something for 25 million. So, because even me, I can buy
but
them.
the term is selling it.
No.
That's what we knew, especially some of us who were born after that
it's
incident.
a mistake. They didn't sell because that you cannot sell from your own money.
Okay.
Somebody, you give the person who raise money from the same and give you.
Okay.
But that's the mind of our politicians. That's the low thinking of the politicians that Zambia has produced. But let's leave that issue aside. The issue here is that when you look at the mines, I am still angry at the people who were involved in the discussions.
Okay.
They left out the corporate social responsibility of the new mine owners. Look at the copper belt. when it was just CCM, the place was nice. When you go to the Copper Belt towns, when you are just moving around, you know, you could see that this place is taken care of.
Yes.
Meaning that we were able to manage these mining towns. There was life there. They were not lifeless.
Yes.
So when we sold, when we gave out the mines,
The term is still coming back. We saw the mines.
it's a temptation. It's a temptation, Derek.
Right. Okay. I want you to just clarify. Did we sell the mines or we just gave?
No, we gave them out. We didn't sell.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were, where did we even take the money to? So,
But their people became richer at that time. till now.
no, we didn't sell, because if some people have become the richest Zambians from that, we have the poorest Zambians becoming more poorer. Even the people on the Copper Belt, no life. So somebody can't be celebrating that we sold our mines. But the issue here is, Derek, that I want us to bring out. These mining companies,
Yes.
the people that bought these mines, unfortunately, they had links with political parties.
Okay.
And some of them became very clever. They knew that the crop of politicians that we have, if you can buy them campaign materials, they will even not talk about the tax that a mine is supposed to pay. We were subsidizing their electricity, despite them making so much money. If you go to the border, come and see how much copper leaves this country. You can shed tears. But the issue is this. I have a few problems with the mines.
Okay.
And should God allow me to be president,
Yeah. Okay.
I have to reconsider the contracts.
Okay.
It's not something we can negotiate. We have to call all the mine owners.
But that's a source of income. Are you going to?
You see, when you are a president, you have authority. That is why a president must not be entangled in any organization, because you will be a lame duck who cannot take decisions. As a president, I am free from any of these people, so I can make a decision. That's why you are a president.
Okay.
So what we are saying is, one, there is a problem. These mines, we need to look at, number one, are they paying the correct tax?
Okay.
The answer is no. And I'll tell you why it's no. Even if I didn't go to school, they don't sell copper in Kwacha,
Okay.
but they pay tax in Kwacha.
It's a revelation to the people of Zambia.
Yes. None of these mines go to the London Metal Exchange. There's no Kwacha price there. The copper, all our minerals are paid in dollars.
Okay.
And the government is there. You have the Minister of Finance there. You have the bank governor there. They are busy in their nicely air-conditioned offices. Look at ZRA, they are there also. Then they'll say, no, the mines they've paid. You know what the mines have been doing? What they will do, the mines will go to the banks.
Okay.
They get an overdraft in Kwacha, and they pay ZRA in Kwacha, and their dollars are outside. Not under President Charles Chanda, not under CC. When I become president, if you are a mine owner, we want the percentage that we are going to give you, it must be in dollars.
Okay.
Then apart from that, when I become president, we are going to negotiate. We will tell all the mine owners, when you sell your copper, if 2 million tons left the country, you sold the 2 million tons outside.
Yes.
The money equivalent to the 2 million must be brought first to a Zambian bank.
Okay.
That's where your company is. Your company is not offshore. Let the money come back to Zambia. If you want to transfer the money offshore, you must do it. Don't ask me, how can I bring the money? How did you take my copper outside?
Okay.
Because that is the copper for this country. So we need to reach that point. Now, remember, if these mines were bringing the money back into the country,
Okay.
before they can spend it, do you think Zambia will be worried of borrowing these monies we are borrowing? Even the money to pay money. Our banks will have enough money. We can borrow from the banks. But because we are afraid of these mine owners, because these mine owners have been paying for our campaign, we can't talk to them.
Okay.
So that becomes a challenge.
Right about now, we are going on a very short break because we have received so many calls and text messages. So, Mr. President, we have to open the lines for the viewers to speak to you and also ask you questions. As you are speaking, talking about the mines and also talking about, for me, land is, what everyone is crying for, because we have now Chinese landlords.
In Zambia.
In Zambia.
And they are Chinese. So you have an extension of China in your own country.
Okay. Right. So we'll be back after this short break, and we are chatting with Mr. Charles Chanda, president of the UPPZ, and this is a man that they call him CC. Right. One campaign,
one win.
Right. We'll be back after this short break.
ZNBS Mobile Banking offers you the ease and convenience of transacting in an environment you feel most comfortable. Get alerts, notifications, and check balances. Discover quick, simple, and convenient ways to take command of your bank account on your mobile phone. Convenient way to access your account, safe and secure banking. No need of queuing at ATMs to check balances, and banking without internet. This service works with all types of handsets and helps you access your bank account anytime, anywhere. Get started by dialing *6868# and subscribe now.
Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through savings.
The Pensions and Insurance Authority, PIA, is the regulatory and supervisory body of the pensions and insurance industry in Zambia. The authority falls under the Ministry of Finance and derives its mandate from the Pension Scheme Regulations Act No. 28 of 1996, amended by Act No. 27 of 2005 and Insurance Act No. 27 of 1997. Vision to be the world-class pensions insurance financial services supervisor. Our mission is to regulate and supervise the conduct of pensions and insurance industries in order to protect the interests of pension scheme members and insurance policyholders and foster the industry's growth, development, and stability. The authority's staff endeavor at all times to uphold the following values: integrity, transparency, and accountability, proficiency in quality service delivery, equal opportunity, teamwork and partnership, environment consciousness.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Can't you say that I'm watching football?
I need to watch the headlines.
What headlines?
The news headlines, they are on right now.
You can watch all the news headlines you want after the game.
But honey, I need to watch the headlines now. We have one TV and we have to share it.
You watch after the game is done, eh?
Men and football. Oh, sure. But it's a good thing I have my Strong TV app. I have news and movies at my fingertips.
Wait! Honey, what's the name of the app? The app!
Access your local channels, movies, news, and TV shows on your device anywhere, anytime. Sign up now on www.strongtvzambia.com.
Download the app on Google Play Store.
For a moment, you feel lost, but you soon realize you belong here. With the best campus facilities in Zambia and a high caliber of lecturers, limitations are only in your mind. So, decide today to shape your destiny and be counted in the global village. Zekas University. Aspire, acquire, prosper.
Everyone wants a house. The question is how? How do you raise the money to even think about building? How do you get financing for building materials or a mortgage? How do you save for it? And when you have the answers to that, how long will it take? Not to worry, because Zambia National Building Society has been turning your house into houses since 1970. ZNBS offers you the solutions to be a homeowner through flexible and accessible mortgage facilities that cater for outright purchase, construction loans, and home improvement loans. Our one-stop shop means surveying services are done done in-house and 100% payout on purchase price. You can also bank on us to facilitate your homeowner dreams. ZNBS will also help you build your house in stages. Our building material loan comes with no collateral at very competitive interest rates. Building your house into houses starts by visiting any of our countrywide ZNBS branches today or visit our website at www.znbs.co.zm. Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through savings.
ZNBS Mobile Banking offers you the ease and convenience of transacting in an environment you feel most comfortable. Get alerts, notifications, and check balances. Discover quick, simple, and convenient ways to take command of your bank account on your mobile phone. Convenient way to access your account, safe and secure banking. No need of queuing at ATMs to check balances, and banking without internet. This service works with all types of handsets and helps you access your bank account anytime, anywhere. Get started by dialing *6868# and subscribe now.
Welcome back on this wonderful platform, Live TV, and we are talking to the president of UPPZ, and we have already a message that we are going to read for you. If politicians are not changing their wicked, selfish way of governance, right? We have a caller, but we have to continue with the message before we pick this call. If politicians are not changing their wicked, selfish way of governance, the flag will not fail to fall. It's God Himself trading unconscious leaders. Wow. The message is not good for okay, right? Thank you very much for that wonderful concern. You as a viewer, right? Any language that is expressed on different messages we are not reading, please just control the language that you can give for TV. We as Zambians, we know that the language that we understand is peace. And we are with Mr. Charles Chanda, coming from the United Prosperous Peaceful Party. Right, we have a caller. Hello, good evening. I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from? Okay. Reverend Mwape, right, you are through to Live TV, and we have Mr. Charles Chanda on set.
Good evening, Reverend Mrishan.
Okay, Reverend, go on.
Why?
Okay.
Which has been going on for 54 years. Countries have done themselves. Our company, they are not living the open pit, which they won't even feel in future. Our children are going to suffer. Secondly, Zambia has become a colony of China. What is happening? Can you comment, please?
Okay. He's talking about Zambia being a colony of China.
Okay.
Everything is done by Chinese. Phones are sold by Chinese. Chickens, blocks, and different things. So you are aspiring to become a president, and the way you are coming out is that you are ready for 2021 and changing government, right? So we have Chinese. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you see, the thing is, I don't have a problem with China.
Okay.
I don't have any problem with China. I have a problem with the people that are connected to the Chinese.
Okay.
Now, if you look at China, for instance, China is very protective of its knowledge.
Okay.
The Chinese can give you everything, but they will never give you knowledge. That is why, when you look at our students who have gone to study in China, how do you go to study accounting in China? It doesn't make sense. If I'm sending someone to China, I want to go, the person must go and study how to do these roads, how to do the contracts, because look at AVIC, they've got all the contracts. So we must send our own AVIC there. Our Zambians who can become AVIC, who can do the master of all things. That's what we want. But the problem is one. Look at the construction of the stadium. I mean, our stadium, Hero Stadium. Are you aware that some of the works the Chinese were doing in the night?
Okay.
The putting of the roof, they were doing at night when our Zambians have knocked off. So that a Zambian will not know how to put a roof. If there's anything wrong with the roof, we have no choice but to phone Beijing to send the contractor. That's how the Chinese do. So I will be able to cooperate with the Chinese where knowledge is concerned.
Okay.
I will send, we can forge partnership. We want the Chinese to train us. They must teach us how to do things, except the fake ones. But the nice ones, we want to learn from the Chinese.
We have a caller. Hello, good evening. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, Mr. Banana Musaka.
Okay, sir.
Yes, I just want to ask the president.
Okay.
What measures is he going to put in place to avoid capitalism?
Okay. Right, we have another caller. Yes, sir. Go on.
I'm saying, what measures is he going to put in place to avoid capitalism taking parliament, where Qatar are in the country?
Okay, we've gotten that, Mr.
Yes,
Charles.
yes, I've got that one.
Okay. All right, thank you. Yeah.
Well,
Cadalism.
Cadalism.
Do you even have cadres?
No, you see, the thing is, I don't have cadres.
Okay.
I've got followers.
Okay.
You see, what we want to do is in 2021, we are bringing to an end the regime of cadres.
Okay.
The problem we have is that the word itself has got no problem.
Okay.
It is the mentality and what we have come to understand who a cadre is.
Okay.
Somebody who works in the market, in the station, and somebody who can climb on a car like a monkey and the leg is up and is standing on top of the bus, because only monkeys do that. That is the kind of understanding we have about cadres. And
Okay.
that lawlessness where you strip the police of their power, you give powers to your political party members, that's being a cadre. And we are saying that we will not be tolerated
Right.
after 2021.
Yeah, we would like to advise our callers that when you're calling, please advise, be actually advised, or maybe following the traffic in terms of the 13 way that we have calls being blocked. Right, it's just a comment that is on Facebook that we are calling live TV and. There's a few already on the line because we are failing to access the number. Right, it's on the video. I think it's video.
Yes.
Right. We have this caller again. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, your name? You are breaking, sir. Can you? All right, we've lost the caller. Yeah. You can
Now
go on, sir.
what we want to do is that we want to give power back to the council in 2021. So there will be no cadres in the markets. There will be no cadres in the stations.
Okay.
So these political parties that have produced cadres, they must gather all of them and take them to their secretariats, because under my reign, there will be no cadres. The council must take charge of the markets. They must take charge of the stations. They must take charge of all other places so that we are able to run this government
Hello, good
the way
evening.
it's supposed to be run.
Mkwai? Yes, this is Mr. Charles Chanda from UPPZ, United Prosperous Peaceful Party,
Peaceful Zambia.
Peaceful Zambia. Yeah. Yes. Zikomo. Zikomo, sir. We have another caller. Hello, good evening. Your name and where are you calling us from? Zani Muhoni. Right. Your name, sir? Oh. Okay, Mr. Monze.
He's calling from Monze.
From Monze. All right, following us from Monze, sir. Okay. Can you give us the contribution? Okay. Okay. Okay.
We are saying to see the progress in Chinese resources.
Okay.
Some of these resources that the Chinese bring are not up to date.
Okay.
What they are doing is this business of bonanza, these businesses of saying something that please me when our own people are just declining. That's what we are declining on.
Okay.
That is what our president can do. If he will say he will do it, because at least he has the picture of the common person who is there in the street.
Okay.
Because the street now, you see what is the president is speaking of now.
Okay.
Those Chinese that come, some of these they just come on their own and that they mix themselves when they are protected by their own embassies, their own government, but from their point of view, they're just immigrants, just as those who are crossing from North Africa to Europe.
Okay.
So it's them, they have found the market here, they are crossing from their country to this country. They are being embraced.
Okay.
Just because of their maybe color or their government, we don't know. But at least they have advantage.
Okay.
We also have no advantage of that. So we think the government should make them be fearful.
Okay.
The others are just doing anything. They can even flap their workers there, just as if we are still in the packaging century, that go where we are being flapped by them.
Okay.
So these things are just not up to date. We can just see them driving the going this up and down, breaking a few monies from Bonanza. Others are just transferring those monies, taking them to their home countries. Those are the things that you want to do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Following us from Monze, and also Temani Kapwata following us from Kasengwana.
Kasenengwa.
Kasenengwa, yes, Kasenengwa, sorry. Kasenengwa, Temani Kapwata following us live from Kasenengwa, and he's in Eastern Province. Did he contest on
Yeah, he contested, and he's our campaign manager for the MP who is standing.
Yeah, it seems like you are getting journalists to join your political party.
Well, I think we have the vibe for them.
Okay, right. We still have more callers, sir, and I'm sure you're putting notes.
No, I'm taking note of.
Okay. Hello, good evening. Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Matthew Piri calling from Kalomo.
Okay, Matthew Piri calling us from Kalomo.
Yes, I always watch this president,
Okay.
but from the time when I listen to his program, it seems like he's a good leader.
Okay.
Now, I want his number so that at least maybe we can support him in 2021.
Okay, right. That's for Mr. Charles Chanda.
Yes, I want his number.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give you the number at the end of the program.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, you have a follow-up and a promise of a vote, as you promised people 90 days.
Closing of the Ministry of Lands.
And the closing of the Ministry of Lands. And here we have a caller who says he wants your number so that he can do his best in terms of, following you in 2021. The number is on the screen, 095 and 195, right? So we have two calls and we wrap the show. Hello, good evening. Your name and where are you calling us from? Wow. Right, Mr. Chanda, maybe the answer from the answers
Yeah,
that you can
there have
answer.
been concerns about the Chinese. Now, we are not anti-Chinese as Zambians. We love the Chinese. I mean, look at the Tazara. They've been there. The Chinese have been there. They were there in the northern province. They helped us with the Tazara. So we love them. But what we are saying is that government must put its foot down.
Okay.
They must not come here and compete with our Zambians who are making blocks. You can't do that. You cannot give a permit to a Chinese to cook nshima. The nshima he doesn't even eat. He's the one that must be. You can't do that. We need to look at sectors. If you are going to bring in Chinese, and you know what I'm going to say now may be shocking to everybody.
Okay.
We have a number of Chinese that are sent to Zambia. These are ex-convicts. They are told in China, go, you are not coming back. We will give you a loan. Go and find your life there. And they come here. And they are the ones who are busy selling in the street. And there we are as Zambians. We are being disadvantaged. Yes. So we are saying that government must put things in place. Now, we are talking about the withholding tax. Have you observed that our Chinese, they sleep in warehouses? Okay. They make money, they don't pay rent. And when they finish, they send their money out. But we as Zambians, we must be pursued. Lipilani. But our Chinese friends, every tourist under our own government, a tourist must spend the money he makes here in Zambia.
Okay.
You cannot just make all the money and take it outside. That is why I'm saying, even the way the government is being run, there's nothing wrong in the government looking for money to come and pay Zambian contractors because the money will stay in Zambia. But when the government has to borrow money and give foreign contractors, the money will never stay in Zambia and this country can never develop. So all we are saying is that let a Zambian take the center stage. If you are giving a Chinese a contract, he must work with a Zambian company. That's the way to go. We are not born to be slaves. How can I be a slave to a slave? Because you don't even know this person who has come. I mean, I must be subjected to the person. So what we are saying is, it is time that our Zambian citizens are elevated to the point where they are, so that we do not feel inferior to people who are also inferior.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chanda, for coming. Your last words or remarks. We have Miriam Munankopa following us from within Lusaka. We have Morgan Katambi, and also we have Emmanuel Kachepa saying, true president for all Zambians, we're behind you until State House. Right. They say every politician has a sweet talk, and a politician will always speak in a way that people can buy the idea, and at the end of the day they become busy with their families, flying out of the country, not looking at the people who voted in State House, or bringing them as presidents and also becoming lawmakers.
The passion I have is for Zambians to become landlords.
Okay.
And I know this policy has given most of the parties a headache, and they are using every gimmick to fight this. I mean, they'll be using social media to speak things, but I'm not going to lower myself down. I am still going to stand until I put a smile on every Zambian. A Zambian must be a landlord. We are not born to be tenants. Even this thing of the withholding tax, I am going to deal with it because I will empower Zambians to become landlords, and already I have started. In 1 year, 9 months, we have empowered over 20,000 Zambians. They have land for themselves. They can build their houses. And what I'm saying here is that the time has come. We need to get back the land. We need to ensure that we have land where we can put our families. We cannot go and start living in the game park, because that's where we are heading to. There is no land in Lusaka. There is no land in Chongwe. There is no land in Shuyunji. Where next? Kafiwe National Game Park. So we have to chase the animals. So those of you who have an opportunity to acquire the land that we are providing, do it now. Otherwise, next you'll be sharing land with animals.
Right, that's very nice. We hear you, Mr. President, and also promises that you've made to the people. We hope They won't
90 days, we are closing the Ministry of Lands.
May he so rest in peace. President Michael Chilufya Sata said 90 days, more money in your pocket. We had the Honorable current Mayor of Folusaka said 90 days and free Wi-Fi.
No,
as
you fee Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's what he meant. So you can see the promise is true. Free Wi-Fi, and we have to pay for it.
Right, and Zambians, they call Magufuli. They call you Magufuli of Zambia.
Well, I didn't know about that, but we want to change Zambia.
Okay.
And it is possible to put Zambia back on track. Our friends are pulling it off the track, but I have the key. And finally, I have the key to Zambia's land.
Okay.
It's a thing that nobody is going to deny.
Recently, we saw in the newspaper where you spoke, you said, leave the church out of this debate or reconciliation issue. Were you ready to reconcile the two major political parties, or maybe it was a way of now you breaking the headlines as a political leader?
It's not about the headlines. These are big people. These big people, they caused the problem.
Okay.
They didn't think about the church. So they must sit down themselves. They know where they were. The church was not involved when they were doing whatever has split them. This thing of dragging the church into the reconciliation, it is a problem, because if one of them seemed to be the one who is the causer of the problem, it will create a rift in the churches. And then, don't forget, when you say the church, what do you mean? Because in Zambia, we've got so many churches. This one has got his own church. This one has got in church. Are you going to bring those pastors together? It doesn't make sense. What we are saying here is that these people, they go to church. So if the church they attend cannot make them peaceable, because the Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. So if the churches they go to cannot touch their hearts, are you telling me that those pastors will touch their hearts in State House or in a hotel? It doesn't make sense. So they must, where they are attending in the churches, they must seek the counseling of their pastors. I'm talking about the two presidents. They must seek their pastors, they must be prayed for, and then once their hearts are changed, then you can talk about peace.
Okay.
And I'm saying, even this thing of peace, for me, it's like just a camouflage. You cannot be saying peace. On the other hand, we are dragging people from other parties and creating fake by-elections. We can't do that.
Right, thank you very much for that word. And lastly is that we really appreciate and say thank you to all our sponsors and viewers of this wonderful channel, Live TV. We've come to the end of this program. The number on the screen is 095-00195, and that's our number. And also we had a viewer who asked for your line.
You can get me on my WhatsApp line.
Okay.
It's 0977 586 347. 0977 586 347. Send me a WhatsApp and I'll be able to respond.
Right, for the first time, the president is on WhatsApp and responding himself.
I'm afraid, but I'll pay the fee.
The fee.
Because if I don't pay the fee, the Facebook may be closed and then we can't be streaming live.
Right, we're live on Live TV channel 112 on Topstar, and also on Instagram and Twitter. We are live television Zambia, and also we are on Facebook Live TV. On YouTube we are Live TV Africa. We really appreciate to everyone who followed this wonderful program from across the globe. We really appreciate. I know I have Mbuya on set, so my aura has gone to the Bembas. Right, thank you very much. Good evening. May God bless Zambia. Good night.
ZNBS Mobile Banking offers you the ease and convenience of transacting in an environment you feel most comfortable. Get alerts, notifications, and check balances. Discover quick, simple, and convenient ways to take command of your bank account on your mobile phone. Convenient way to access your account, safe and secure banking. No need of queuing at ATMs to check balances, and banking without internet. This service works with all types of handsets and helps you access your bank account